Hello, everyone. I have to tell you, I just closed our coaching show for the month, Find Your Purpose, and wanted to tell you a little story about what happened right before the show began. Actually, I was writing about this in my morning pages and my practice about how this feminine energy, the feminine flow, often is defeated by the masculine force. Like this feminine energy that wants to come through, then usually there's a masculine presence or masculine force that infiltrates the feminine energy. And an example of this is, for example, a male figure, in my case, my father, who doesn't understand healing, effortless flow, and energy. So, in his mind, he doesn't see it as a real job. He doesn't see it as something legitimate, like being a doctor or a lawyer. It doesn't have the same value as like an accountant or a business professional, like a realtor. And so he does a lot of things that basically shows how he doesn't value the work that I do. Like he will interrupt. He doesn't know that I'm teaching online, and he will interrupt that space, or he doesn't respect the space. He doesn't understand why I need sacred space. And so these are just some examples of like he still wants to know, when are you going to get a real job? I mean, those are some of the questions that I often receive. He doesn't know that I have a legitimate business, that I train teachers and coaches and business leaders. He doesn't really understand or can put his mind around what I do. And then I often find that this kind of masculine rational energy is constantly interfering with the feminine creative healing energy, in a way that whenever I'm starting my live streams, whenever I'm starting the teaching, there's always interference, whether it's workers or noise or interruptions. And even today, before I started the show, there's construction being done on my building. So I went and I found the worker ahead of the show, and I we talked and we agreed that there'd be no noise until after a certain time. And lo and behold, we're just about to start the show, in which we put a lot of intense effort and concentration and preparation into getting everything together. And the drilling and the sawing and the hammering is going off. And so I have to go out and confront him again, to which he responds, "I cannot not work." And I said, "Well, I am also working too." And we got into it. He felt my anger. And I am actually, as a meditation coach, I don't believe in not expressing anger. I think it's fine to express yourself. I don't do it in unhealthy ways, but I will absolutely be sharp tongued and pointed and very direct about what I need. And what I find is that sometimes I do have to fight for that sacred space, because you cannot expect the rational masculine mind to understand or value the kind of work we do when it comes to the healing arts and having sacred space, because often it is that energy in the world that is desecrating the sacred space of the feminine. The need for quiet, the need for contemplation, the need for prayer, the need for healing and restoration. The masculine energy is like this: go, 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 do, 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 do. It's very restless and very active. And there's a lot of energy behind testosterone. It makes, even biologically, having 30 times the testosterone, men need to utilize that energy. So, of course, they're stronger, they're more active, they need to burn that energy off. They're probably less apt to be just sitting still, doing nothing, and being receptive. And there's also the mind that you're dealing with, like being rational and linear, and not really understanding the value of intuition, the value of being still, having very soft, gentle energy that's present, that sacred space. And so, really, the value of that comes from within yourself. So, he sees me fighting for this sacred space, the need for quiet, the need for just some, It's fine if he does his work. He's going to get to work today. All I asked for was 1 hour of the day. And so it's like negotiating this space in a way that's very firm and clear, that this space, I would prefer if this space was honored, because I'm also teaching and sharing with people. And the work that I do is also very valuable. And so it's really understanding within yourself the value of intuition, the value of healing, the value of sacred space, and protecting that space. And unfortunately, in today's time, sometimes we fight for it. Everybody's different. Maybe some of you have been really polite about it. I'm done with being polite. I'm done with being nice. I'm done with explaining. I'm done with being like, the good girl or the accommodating one and the people pleaser to make sure everybody's no. I don't need to explain to like a mindset why this is so important. All I need to do is express that this is important, and that's the boundary, because there's no amount of explaining that where they're just going to get it like that, right? And so I'm okay. Like it's really like up to you how you want to handle it, but I noticed that when I show within myself how important it is, just like a mama bear shows how important it is to protect her cubs and that that's non-negotiable. That's how I feel about this work. It's like I'm not just gonna like cow down because it's like peaceful mindfulness, heart-based work. No, I'm actually gonna like say that this needs to happen and set that space. So I just want to make a live stream about this, to bring it to people's attention, that just because people don't understand what you do doesn't make it any less valuable. It doesn't have to be a job, like a professional job that makes all of this money or has that societal stamp of approval that makes another job like accounting or legal work or medical work more important. This, I think, actually, for me, in my world, this is very important. And so I make that clear to others who are around me or people that I need to set boundaries with, how important the work is to me. They don't need to understand everything about it, but respectfully. And, now just having, uh, I needed to go out very quickly to speak to this person again. And yeah, that was intense. We had an intense exchange. And that's the level I feel about this work now. For me, it's non negotiable. It's not something that I'm always going to just say, okay, fold, just because nobody understands this work and it's intangible and somewhat invisible and not like out there seen with the rest of the world, that I'm going to coalesce. No, I'm not going to. Not anymore. And so it's like a lot of that stands with you. And even in making your work work, it stands with you valuing you, your gifts, and the work you do. And once you do, you'll find that the universe follows suit. The universe will make room and make space for that to exist. But if you're noticing this infiltration of energy, which I have often noticed, I have a coworker, she's noticed it too, with male energy in her life, always kind of diminishing, devaluing, questioning, not really thinking that's a real thing. Um, that you don't have to prove, and you don't have to spend your energy, your precious, precious energy, trying to like make it somehow enough or enough for them to see the value of it. You only have to value it yourself and know for yourself. Um, but I think it's wonderful that people have the patience and the time or that feeling. I used to have that, where I wanted to explain, I wanted to show, I wanted the other to understand about this kind of sacred work. But if they don't want to understand, you're just wasting your precious energy. So just, claim what you know is important, and especially what is part of your own life purpose, and feel good in that. Feel confident about what you're doing and what you're creating. We are pioneers. at this time in history. This is the kind of work we need, bringing feminine energy, rising up feminine power together with the sacred masculine. So, just wanted to share a little bit about this experience with you. I'd love to hear your comments. I can't see them real time. If you're here, please say hello. I'm going to just type in here and see if this is working. It's great to see you here. Let me know if this resonates with you. Um, Send me your comments below if you've ever had an experience like this. And if you want to learn more about the work, come visit us, like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And I'll see you soon. I'm going to come on again live on another topic. Find your purpose.